the chasing the dragon's real. I'm glad you brought up that that chasing the dragon because yeah, I know that one well. I got to a stage in the end. I mean, I haven't done half, even a quarter of the stuff that that you've done or that a lot of
Oh, you
our
don't
fellow
have to.
officers out there. No, and you and I have had that conversation. You don't have to be nailed by it. And I got nailed by it in the early days. Again, different upbringings, different situations. Probably also I put it on to that side of that really trying to figure out who I am when it comes to the masculine, feminine side of things, and not knowing it before I was in law enforcement or and trying to step through it all and really haven't. I'm pretty good on it now, but yeah, and the chasing the dragon's real. And I honestly, I was just thinking about while you were talking feel like that's where that toxic masculinity can actually creep up on you and take over. And I'd love your thoughts on it, Matt, on how do you stop yourself from being that egotistical, hoorah, I have to get out there, I have to keep chasing it, and end up that toxic masculine guy who is that dickhead, who is that, person who has to be in control of everything, has to dominate his partner. How do you make sure like in that, because I know at that higher level, like we're talking about that high level, I'll put it that high level of for law enforcement, that high threat, high situation, it's relatable to the CEO, to the executive, to the the top salesperson,
Right.
top market, to those people that are those guys especially that are thriving for that, because again you're chasing the dragon just in a different way. It's not bullets,
Yeah.
it's sales numbers. It's not bullets, it's being the best at what you do in your field. how do you how do you feel, or how did you, or uh, not end up down that track of being that, I'm gonna call it a dickhead, because it's not toxic masculinity, it's just being a dickhead.
Right.
Right. It was side thing of one of the only lady who's been on the podcast. She was the second episode.
Don't be a
The,
dick.
her her thing of how not to be a toxic masculine guy is to just don't be a dick. And then we got the episode became titled "Don't Be a Dick," and she sent me a couple coffee mugs from the U.S. down here to
Nice.
New Zealand that say "Don't be a dick" on it, and it's great. And that's it just kind of reminded me of that just
Yeah.
now.